Puss in Boots. Dear children, this is what I'm going to read out to you today. A miller once left all his own to his 3 sons. The eldest son had a mill, the second son had a donkey, and the youngest son had only a cat. "Be off with you," laughed his eldest brother, "for you can't earn your living here." Then the cat suddenly spoke. "Master, give me a pair of leather boots and I will make your fortune." Amazed, the miller's son watched Puss pull on the boots. The miller's son had just enough money to buy Puss a suit and a hat with a feather in it. Crafty Puss then took a sack of lettuce into the field and caught 2 plump rabbits. Then he marched to the king's palace. "Your Majesty, I have come from my master, the Marquis of Carabas," said Puss, using the first name he could think of. "He sends you a present of these fine rabbits." The next day, Puss told his master to go swimming in the cool river, knowing the king and his daughter, the princess, would soon be driving by. As the miller's son dived in, Puss hid his clothes. Then he ran to stop the king's coach, crying, "Help! Some robbers pushed the Marquis of Carabas into the river and stole his clothes." The servant rushed to pull him from the river. Another fetched him dry clothes. Wearing one of the king's suits, the miller's son looked every inch a marquis as he sat in the coach with the princess. Meanwhile, Puss in Boots hurried along the road and told some men working in the fields, "If the king asks who owns this land, say, 'Marquis of Carabas,' and you will be rewarded." Sure enough, the king called, "Who owns all this land?" "The Marquis of Carabas," replied the man. Puss had already reached the castle where a terrible giant lived. "Giant," said Puss, "I have heard you can change yourself into any creature you wish. I'm sure you can't change into something really difficult like a mouse." "I will show you," roared the giant and turned himself into a tiny mouse. Puss pounced on the mouse, and that was the end of the giant. Then in came the master and the king and the princess. "I have ordered a feast," said Puss in Boots, as they all sat down to what was really the giant's supper. Now the king was sure the miller's son was a rich nobleman. "All the giant's land and treasures are now yours, master," whispered Puss. The miller's son and the princess had already fallen in love, so they married, and with Puss in Boots looking after them, they lived happily ever after.